Welcome to the third and final leadership debate, where you decide who's in charge, who's for you. This is ridiculous. In our first debate, Anton won the hearts of the kids everywhere by promising to be their leader instead of their mums and dads by giving them a flange pastry every week, as if the kids are going to swap their parents for you, Anton. In our second debate, which Anton also won, he promised to be your leader not just in the home but in schools. Forget the teachers, forget the principals. He's going to pay you to do your homework. Never going to happen. In our third debate, we take it to the world. We look at the biggest problem facing kids today. What? It's the what is it? The bully. This is important. Anton, you make him in charge of your life, he gonna stamp out the bully. How? He gonna put boots on the ground and stamp it out. He gonna build a wall around the kids, a wall of Anton to protect you from their bully. I heard this somewhere before. Make Anton in charge of your life, make him your leader, make him for you. For just $1 a day, he keep the bully away. This is dumb. Your policies are dumb. They never work, Anton. No way. No, I tell you who's dumb. It's you who are the dummy. You always were the dummy. You have been the dummy. You are the dummy. You will be the dummy. Dummy, dummy. Don't engage. Be the bigger person. No, I tell you who's going to be the bigger person. Wait here. Here we go. Anton, he's going to be the bigger person. Stand tall, kids. Don't engage with this kind of silliness, huh? Just ignore it. Stand tall. I show you how to stand tall. Wait there. Oh. Anton, be your leader. He's going to stand tall, okay? Standing tall. Vote one. Vote one. Anton, he's for you.
What makes a great leader? What gets your vote? Come on, it's Christmas time. Do we have to talk about leaders and elections and votes? We've done that, haven't we? It's been huge and it's finally sort of coming to a conclusion. But actually, Christmas is all about leaders, kids. It's all about who's for you. Who's going to be in charge of your life forever. Yeah, it's a big decision. It's a big Christmas verdict, a big Christmas moment where leaders are on the horizon. We need to think about it. And at the first Christmas, there was one undisputed leader called Caesar Augustus. And look, he's made everybody's life a little bit difficult. He has sent everybody scurrying across his empire, which stretched from Europe, around to Turkey, around Africa. And so he has sent people looking for their hometowns, going back home and being registered for tax purposes so that he can collect and count them and add them up and make sure that they give him enough money to support his kingdom and all the things he wants to do. And two people which Luke, in Luke chapter 2, introduces us to, out of all the people moving across the massive Roman Empire, Luke, a historian writing in the first century, which is a big deal, right? Why would you bother writing? It was expensive to write things down. It was difficult. It was hard to keep the records clean and preserve them. So Luke tells us about two people. A carpenter called Joseph, who has had to leave his business behind in Nazareth and head off to his hometown where his family comes from, the family of King David, which started in Bethlehem. King David was a shepherd, and now we're heading back to that town. And Mary and Joseph on the way have been wondering where are they going to stay, because it's a time of upheaval. People are moving everywhere, right? It's a bit like people coming out of a pandemic looking for a holiday once things reopen. Everywhere is going to be tight for accommodation. Everywhere is going to be booked crazy, right? Once you can get out, yeehaw. But this time, Joseph and Mary, well, they're on the road and they've arrived in Bethlehem. Not too much fanfare, of course. Their baby, you see, was given to them by God, according to them, before they got married, which is kind of shameful for a Jewish person to be marrying somebody before and having a child out of marriage. But Joseph had a dream. And in that dream, the angel of the Lord had come to him and said, "Don't be afraid to marry Mary, because the son, the baby in her tummy, is my king, my forever king that you've been waiting for." And so they went to Bethlehem with this, knowing this baby was about to come any moment. And they came together looking for accommodation, but there was none. It was chockers, it was full. So they went the only place they could go, which is outside. Who knows, maybe some of Joseph's relatives, were there, but were not interested in seeing them, the shame that they carried. Try explaining the baby that is in Mary's tummy. From God, good luck with that explanation. And so outside, the only place they'll let them stay in is out with the stars and the ground and the dirt, out with the animals. That's right, the sheep. And the donkeys and the cows. It's not very impressive, is it? But there Mary has her child. And the only place they can put him is to wrap him up in swaddling cloths and lie him in a manger. The place where the animals feed is the only place they can find amongst all the dirt and the hay. There he is. It's not very impressive, is it? It's not very grand. It's a little baby. How can he compete with grand Caesar? But he was God's son. He became small to represent and be one of us, to be our leader, just like each one of us. Not very rich though, is it? Like Caesar and all his pomp and riches and grand armies. But this was God's son who came into the world, leaving behind his riches, so that we might become rich. He became poor so that we might become rich. Not impressive, is it? Not like Caesar's grand kingdom. Here we are having our baby out in the barn, out in the cave, out in the middle of nowhere. Supposedly our hometown, but no one really was interested. No one really cares. And yet, Jesus came, this baby came, to be amongst us all, from the lowest to the highest, to be just like us, to lift up the low and to save us. He became low and unimpressive, giving up his life, teaching, doing miracles, but dying for us to put all our wrong right again. Jesus, the name it means God saves, came for each one of us to be our king, to be our leader, and was raised from the dead, elected forever to be the king of everyone, of all peoples, of all time. Now the question is Jesus your king? Will you make him your king this Christmas? Who is for you?
Who's looking out for me? Got my situation in control, immune to inflation. Stands in my shoes, though the invitation. Biggest brand name talking up my station. Always with me despite my reputation. Takes the heat and my condemnation. Puts me front row from the back section. What more you need to win election?
Who's for me? Who's for you?
Was and is to come.
Who's for me? Who's for you?
The first and last word, said and done.
Who's for me? Who's for you?
Was and is to come.
Who's for me? Who's for you?
The first and last word, said and done. Got from heaven, became a baby. Celebration, normally. Clear the way, no. Keep your shame, Joe. This one can't sleep out the hay, bro. Wrap him up and keep him warm. Oh, we got the cloth that's torn. So cold is the room in your heart. For this loser with a rough start.
Who's for me? Who's for you?
Was and is to come.
Who's for me? Who's for you?
The first and last word said and done.
Who's for me? Who's for you?
Was and is to come.
Who's for me? Who's for you?
The first and last word said and done. Yeah, well, who's gonna speak for those who ain't legit? Eat with those wearing the wrong outfit. Bring equality to such a bunch of misfits. He's for me, he's for you. My God stood in my shoes. Not self-serving, but deserving of every pat on the back he's been earning. No greater love can one have than to give his life for a friend. Days were short, but now they'll never end. Cause the one who speaks in our defense.
Who's for me? Who's for you?
Was and is to come.
Who's for me? Who's for you?
The first and last word said and done.
Who's for me? Who's for you?
Was and is to come.
Who's for me? Who's for you?
The first and last word said and done.
He's for me, he's for you.
Was and is to come.
He's for me, he's for you.
The first and last word said and done.
He's for me, he's for you.
Was and is to come.
He's for me, he's for
Yeah,
you.
the first, last word said and done.
Who was plus but became a minus for us? Jesus. Who was big but became a smallest for us? Jesus. Who was rich but became a porous for us? Jesus. Who was right but became a wrongers for us? Jesus. Who loves us? Jesus. And won't deceive us? Who's for every one of us? Who's for you, kids? Jesus. Jesus. That's right. Who's for you? Make Jesus number one in your life.